Welcome back to TMZ Live. Jesse McCartney was one of the biggest teen heartthrobs in the world.
Right about the time we fired up TMZ, he was just huge.
Yes, I mean, the guy had it all, and then suddenly decided, you know what, I got to get away from all this. Actually stopped doing anything entertainment for about 4 years.
He just dropped out.
Yeah, but he's back, and he's got new music. We want to talk to him about that. He's got a new single out, and he's got a tour coming up. I really want to find out, though, about this the break he took and what he learned during that time, because we've heard a lot of celebrities lately who have had issues, who are teen stars, and then just decided, you know what, they need a break. Some of them got out before they had issues, and some have taken the break because they've had issues. So it's worked out for Jesse, so let's bring him in right now. Jesse, welcome to TMZ Live. How you doing, man?
Harvey, Charles, good to see you guys.
Where's the Beatles haircut?
I traded it in for a new one.
Yeah, that was like, what, about 13 years ago, something like that? Yeah, but
That's amazing.
It's nice to see you guys. It's nice to be on your show willingly.
I remember.
That's a good way to put it.
I remember. Hey, so explain to people, because, you know, you really did walk away when you were so high on that totem pole. Why?
Well, I mean, there's a number of reasons. I think the biggest one is, you know, I started in this industry. My first job, my first paycheck was a Broadway show called The King and I. I was 9 years old.
We remember, we're familiar with that show.
Yeah, you remember, you were there?
I was there.
That's strange. But so you know, for me, I started so young, and I never really got to experience a lot of the things that I think your average adolescent would. And it was probably 4 or 5 years ago, after being at it for a decade and a half, that I realized I've never gotten a chance to enjoy the fruits of my labor. And there was so many things that I didn't know enough about. I just wanted to sort of take a step back, decompress, travel, fall in love, learn how to cook for myself, learn how to do laundry, you know, just like basic everyday things that I never really got to do.
That is really amazing, Jesse, and refreshing, and enlightened, sort of, that you had that thought that because certainly you were traveling around the world and you were seeing parts of the world, but I would imagine when you're on a tour or something, like, it's just, you're in and you're out, and you don't actually get to experience anything about the cultures where you're visiting.
Yeah, you know, you see the inside of a hotel room and you collect a lot of soap. But then, you know, my team called me one day and they're like, so, are you going to work anymore? Because we're out here trying to, you know, so at a certain point I realized, like, you know, music is my first love. It's what I love to do. And, you know, I wanted to jump back on the saddle, so to speak.
And that brings us back to your new single, Wasted, which is, Wasted is already out. And then you have a tour coming up in a few months, right?
Yeah, the Resolution Tour. It starts at the top of 2019. I think January 11th, it kicks off in Dallas. And should be a good one. We'll be here in LA if you guys want to come on by at the Wiltern.
Again.
Oh, that's cool. That's great.
That's awesome.
That's a great venue.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you, I'm just curious, Jesse, what your reaction is to everything we've been seeing, oh God, the last, I don't know how long, but when you look at young people like Selena Gomez and Mac Miller and Demi Lovato
this weekend.
Yeah. When you see all of that with young people, do you feel like you dodged a bullet? Do you feel a certain special empathy for them?
I think, and just a theory, but I think that some people maybe are just wired a little bit differently and wired in a way that they can handle the realities and the pressures of being in the limelight. Because I think really none of us were wired to be this way, right? Like in the age of social media and you know, being criticized on every level, it's harsh, right? And I think some people are just able to navigate it a little bit better than others. In my case, you know, look, I'm not an angel by any means, and I remember the time, you know, a time when you guys would my team would pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, Harvey's on the phone," and we're like, "Uh-oh, what did I do?"
No, you know what you did. You know what you did.
What you did, by the way, was
you pulled a Brett Kavanaugh. Beer.
Yeah.
Beer.
Hey, listen, I've held my fair share of underage beers, but I think, you know, I've had a great team of people around me, family and friends, to be sort of my guardrails and, sort of keep me in my lane when I had to be.
Hey, Jesse,
Well,
I got to tell you,
the way you've done it.
is so refreshing to hear what you did, why you did it, and what you learned from it. It really is. It's a really great story. Congratulations on Wasted,
Thanks,
on
guys.
the tour.
Resolution
it really
tour
is great.
kicking off in January.
We're rooting for you.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
All right, Jesse.
Thanks,
Take care,
Jesse.
man.
Okay, we're going to take a break.
All right, when we come back, an American Idol star, former American Idol star, busted for heroin.